Hey guys, this is Formoka with the second batch of games from the third day of the Steam Autumn Sale. First game up is Infestation Survivor Stories, 75% off, which takes it down to €3.24, $3.74 or £2.74. And this is a zombie survival, apparently MMO, they call it an MMO, but, well, this game is bad. Let me say it outright because you may even remember the game. It was called, and with another title before, it was called War Z. And this may make you think, why the hell would they rename a game from a memorable title of a great book and a pretty mediocre movie, but that one wasn't released when the game was released. And that release was really, really bad. The game was in a poor shape. It wasn't an early access, don't even think about this. It wasn't advertised as beta or alpha or pre-release. It was a full release. The game was broken and the only thing that worked in the game were the microtransactions. So they wanted your money up front for the game, for the broken game, and then even more money to suck out of you throughout the microtransactions inside of the game. The description of the game was riddled with lies when it was released. Even that bad of a description of the game was up on the Steam. I'm not sure how it even happened that Steam had to refund so many games of so many people because the game was just unplayable, outright unplayable. And even after a year, the game is still bad. It changed its title, and that's the biggest change you can find in the whole game. It is a bad game and don't even think about picking it up. Right now, for this particular game, the metascore is actually, I would say, even like flattering, really. Next one up is Ace of Spades Battle Builder, 75% off, which takes it down to €2.99, $3.74 or £2.49. And this game, well, the premise of the game is really interesting and nice. It's a combination of first-person action game and a Minecraft, so two fairly popular genre, but the way they did it, at least in the final game that's released on the Steam right now, isn't really a good way to mix up these genre, because they've introduced some fairly questionable mechanics like the jetpack, which basically just make building any kind of defenses or walls or anything like forts pointless. If you can just fly over the defenses, there's no reason to build them in the first place. The game has some nice mechanics, like you can still, like in Minecraft, you can basically mine out the whole map you are playing on, the team deathmatch mostly, but it is pointless. You don't need to do it. You can just fly around with your jetpack or just run around and kill everyone with your guns. And the gimmick, the nice thing, the interesting thing about the game was lost when it was released as a full version and paid version on Steam. It's much better right now to pick up the Counter-Strike Global Offensive, which is actually cheaper than this game, and it's about 100 times better multiplayer team shooter than this one. Next one up is LA Noire, 75% off, which takes it down to €7.49, $4.99 or £4.99. I'm not sure about the prices outside of US, but that's really beside the point. The LA Noire is a great game, great detective game set in the 1940s into LA, and you are a detective. Well, first you are just a policeman and you are working your way first for the shield to become the detective, and then you are working the cases yourself with your partner and trying to solve them. The game has a pretty interesting new engine for face mapping of the real life actors on the in-game meshes, but it just doesn't work all that much for me from general perspective, because the faces are so lifelike and the bodies are just, you can tell they are rendered, so it's kind of awkward, kind of weird and kind of creepy to see them, at least outside when the head is kind of moving out of sync with the body. But there is a reason for that, because the game is a detective game, as I said, and you have to be able to tell if the if the suspect is lying or trying to hide something from the face. So in that case, the game works really well. You can just see the actors working their ass off and trying to convince you that they are not guilty, or maybe they are just hiding some dirty secret. You have to spot this and solve the cases, and that's how you progress throughout the game. It is a great game. I'm not really sure if it's worth it in UK or EU for this price, because I've bought the game much cheaper before, so well, it's up to you. It is a great game, a little bit older, 2 years old, but still fantastic. I think the best and maybe only real detective game out there. And the last game is Divinity Dragon Commander, 50% off, which takes it down to €19.99, $19.99 or £14.99. And this is actually pretty good strategy game. You are starting on a tactical map, which is turn-based, and you are moving your things around, you are building buildings, you are researching stuff for your units and your dragon, which we will talk about a little bit later. You are dealing with the politics, you have some decisions to make throughout the story. So this is the tactical map in the nutshell, and when you engage the enemy, you can either use one of your generals and some cards to boost them, so some units you are building in the next phase are cheaper, or you gain just a little bit more of them, or you can take over and switch into the real-time strategy game, where you are controlling your units directly, just like in any other real-time strategy. It's kind of raw version of real-time game. You are taking over factories, you can build some fixed emplacements, and you are basically just building huge blobs of units and sending them up against enemy blobs of units. The gimmick that kind of breaks the stale feeling of this part is the dragon you can take over. After a while you can switch into a dragon form and lose a little bit of control over your army, and then you can fly around and heal your army, damage of course the enemy, and you have a jetpack on the back, so you can move pretty rapidly across the battlefield. You can, outside of the game again, upgrade either your dragon or your units. You have to deal with the generals and all the other NPCs, and yeah, that's the game in a nutshell. It's kinda a lot of gimmicks and genres mixed together, but it works. It tends to work most of the time. The real-time part is kinda raw, as I said. It's nothing really breakthrough, but the dragon kind of fixes that issue and makes it a lot of fun. I would wait, on the other hand, for this, because yeah, it's a pretty new game, just a few months old, but 50% off isn't actually that great. I would wait for it to go on the daily deals, where I expect it to pop up, and I'm expecting it to go for 75% off at least. So don't buy it right now, just make your research, watch some trailers, and be prepared to grab it when it's much cheaper. So these are the flash sales, the second flash sales of the day 3 of the Steam Autumn Sale. Honestly, I wouldn't pick up any of these games right now. Not even LA Noire, especially like in EU, you can grab it for some better price somewhere else. Like, I think I bought it on Greenman Gaming, which has of course the dollar pricing for everyone, so I guess that's why I bought it there. In US you can pick it up, but that's like the only place where I would pick it up. These two games are pretty bad, and this one is, I think, a little bit overpriced at the sale. It's not overpriced like per se, but it can go lower basically, and I would wait for it to go a little bit lower. Thanks for watching, guys. If you like the video, please like it. If you want to see more, don't forget to subscribe. I'm covering the whole sale, and leave a comment down below. Until next time, bye bye.